welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Praveen. So today we'll learn about what is the use of Automapper in .NET Core Web API. So what is Automapper? Why we were use these Automappers in .NET Core. So please watch the video till the end. So no further wait, let's jump into it. So first thing is, what is Automapper? So Automapper it mainly simplifies your task of mapping one object to another object in your applications. So it's mainly useful scenarios when you have a complex data model. Consider that suppose you are transferring data between two types. Both types of the data is similar structure, but they are not identicals. So mainly it is useful to map manual mapping to avoid the manual mapping. So that Automapper we are using. We will see one scenario like how the employee mapper controller without mapper, how will it will work. Consider that here I created one employee mapper controller. This is the basic get employee where it will get the list of employees, and these two employee models I created. I'll show you what these two will do. These are models of employee mapper. Consider that this employee mapper is the it will containing all your basic information and also sensitive information like salary, anything. So another model I have created called mapper DTO. What this employee mapper DTO? This DTO data object will interact with the client. This is what we are sending to the client. So here you can see that sensitive information like salary is not there. So because we don't want to expose any sensitive information, that's why. So we have to map this employee mapper to DTO so that the DTO data should send to a client. I'll run and I'll show you like without mapper how the data will work. If you go here, so if you send here, this is an employee mapper. You can see right what are that these are has two set of data which we are binding like the list of data will get it, and we have to loop the data one by one. Then you have to bind your employee mapper data to your employee DT2, and then we are displaying. So this is manually updating each values. This is a complex data, right? So to avoid that Automapper we will use. First go to tools, package manager, you get package manager solution. Here you have to search Automapper. This one, first one, then select this project and install this. It is installed. If you go to install, if you search same, it should be there. Installed this one. Then in the employee controllers, so these two are there. So you have to map, right? For that, what you have to do is you have to create in class in profile. To create on next model, then it should be the one profile. Need from profile. In the constructor, what you have to use like create. If you use create map of the employee mapper which I am binding to employee DTO, employee mapper DTO. Okay, so here employee mapper is a source and the employee DTO is a destination. Okay, once you've done this, if you go to employee mapper controller, instead of writing all this, you just comment this. So here you can, before that, what you have to do is in the constructor, so we can use imapper mapper go to mapper. We can use this mapper here, dot map should be employee list of employee mapper DTO. So here this is a list of data which is a generate function. And write like this. Okay, instead of writing this, we can write this. So to map this IMapper, you have to go to a program. You have to register this. Okay. First write var mapper config equal to new mapper configurations of c dot add profile. You can see add profile of new your mind mapping profile. This name you have to give mapping profile. So anything of that profile, then IMapper of mapper equal to your mapper configuration dot create mapper. That is this. Then we have to add builder services dot add singleton and of mapper. So we have to register like this. Then you save it. So once it is run, go to here. You can see API employee map control. If I click on send, so it will display same data. This is with mapper. You can see only ID to age it is displaying because this is only we are binding, not all the data, including your sensitive data. There is one scenario like consider that what will happen when source and destination property names are different. For example, here employee has these like ID, name, email, and the destination DTO is ID name. So what I'll do is I'll change this name to full name. So what will happen if it is these two are different? So for that, if you run this, let's go to here and just run this. You can see right, full name came null. So to fix this, what you have to do is go to my profile here mapping. Here what you have to do is dot for member. Here the destination name is changed, right? Destination no dot full name. You have to act no map from. You have to map from source. So source dot you can see name. So if you bind like this, so from name I'm binding to full name of the destination. So if you run this, so run this and see here value is binding. This is one of the scenario. So how do we ignore a mapping property in Automappers? That scenario we will see now. For example, consider that this is a email is there. Okay, this we want to ignore. So for that, what you have to go is here. If you go dot here, suppose here source is right. Source import dot for member. Suppose this email if you want to ignore while binding. Repeat dot. You can see there is option called ignore. This method you can use to ignore what are the value if you assign here source. Let's run this. So you click on send. You can see here a email. It is assigning null. So we are ignoring this email. So that is what the one scenario how to ignore a specific property. You can assign this property to anywhere. You can use multiple also. Like here you can write again one more like dot for member. Like multiple properties we can ignore. The null substitution in the Automapper, how it will work. So for example, consider this is a source, right? Consider that this email is null. We are getting null. So here this method has gender email, right? Consider that it don't have data. We are receiving null. Like this null if it is there. In that method, if you go to here, so you can do for member of destination dot email at dot here called null substitute. So here what you can do in the null whatever you receive what you want to add when you receive null. So I'll as of now I'll add not applicable. So instead of null it should display not applicable. If you run this you can see here for this ID it is displaying not null. This is what the null substitution if you use in Automapper. We will see the null substitution with a complex type. For example, consider that there is a scenario. So here employee is there. Here I created two models. One is called address. Consider that this address which has city, state and country. And similarly the DTO of that file also I created. Okay. And this employee mapper, consider you are getting address also. Public getting a complex type of address. So this is null. Suppose this address entered in this null. Similarly, which you are binding to DT also. Okay. So this address, which has all the values are empty. In this conclusion, to avoid any exception, you have to bind a specific. If it is null, then you have to bind the value for that. For that, you go to here. First, bind the create map of address, common address, DT. After that. So here employee mapper here. So dot for member destination dot address dot the dot map from then source source dot address. If it is null substitution, then you have to add new address of new address city. So you have to add city. If it is null, we add like same, not applicable. Like this, you can add some default value. So run this. We go here. If you run same thing, you can see here with this address model with all the properties which we are assigning to not applicable. Condition automapper mapping. So here I created a one product API condition mapper. Here I'm just getting a data. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, here API products condition mapper. If you run this, you can see price in stock category. What is the precondition means? Consider a scenario that I'll add a condition like if in stock is true, then only the price will I'll display. Okay, in that conditions we'll add precondition automapper. Okay, now I created a product here. You can see product price in stock. So if you go to here, let's stop this. Here create a map product dot mm, destination dot price. So here what I'll do is picture dot precondition in stock. This is a precondition in stock. It will check um, map from. Then go to product controller. Here underscore mapper dot map list of product. Let's run this. See here in this ID 102 in stock is false. Then the price should be not like value should be not 2000, it should be 0. Let's run this. Now see here, which is id or in stock is false, then the price is showing 0. The post condition in Automapper mapping, so mainly it is used if you want to add any rules or conditions on the destination object. Based on that, this post condition it will check. So here example, I created a one order model here, customer name and total amount, and in order DTO the same the status. Consider a scenario, the status should be updated based on one condition. For example, if the total amount is some value like 1000, then I'll update the status based on that condition. So let's run. Before this post condition we'll run and we'll see. So this is a post. If you run this, so this is the data it will add. So status is null. Okay, now we'll add. Now in the mapper we'll add that one dot after map. So here source comma destination. After map source destination, here destination dot status should be updated based on your source condition. Source dot total amount is greater than 1000, then I'll update premium, else this is a standard. So status will be updated if the total amount is greater than 1 is premium, else standard. If you run this, let's run this. So you can see here total amount 1000, then it is updated standard. So greater than 1000 it is updated premium. We'll see a fixed and dynamic values in Automapper. So how we can use. So here I created one API fixed and dynamic mapper. Here getting the product data list and the two model I created, the product data which has created on and created by. So here created on, which we want to create or which we want to assign a value dynamically, and created by, it should be a fixed value. Okay, so let's see how the data will show. So here if you run here, you can see here created on, the date will come, and created by system. Now we'll use mapper profile. We'll stop this dot for member created by. So here I'll add a value, then created on. From source. Here I'll write a one dynamic function like get current date time. Let's generate this. Date time it is turn date time dot now. To run this, we can see the current time value data will assign. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please comment, subscribe, and see you soon on next video. Thank you.